Not everyone has the skill set, the work ethic, or the mental capacity to even spend the time that it takes to learn how to sell final expense successfully. Without leads of people that have already kind of given you that thumbs up, raised their arm, what's this? Giving you that excuse to meet with them, it's going to be a lot of extra footwork, and it's definitely not something that I would ever do or recommend for you to do. However, for the right person, with the right work ethic, yes, it's possible to make a lucrative living selling final expense without spending $1 on leads. In this video, I'm going to share with you exactly how to sell final expense without buying leads, coming right up. So stick around. I'm Douglas Massi, and just to be clear, I have never actually personally gone out door knocking to make final expense sales without having some type of leads in hand. It's just too easy to get super high quality, fresh final expense leads. And as a matter of fact, agents on our sales team are required to have some type of fixed cost leads every single week so that they've got a lot of new prospects to see and are able to make multiple sales on a weekly basis. Yes, we do sell our leads to the public, so you can actually buy fresh final expense Facebook leads from us without having to be on our sales team. But I also understand that not everybody has the initial funds to spend, a few $100 per week on final expense leads. And I have personally worked with a few agents that have had some really good success by just going out door knocking without that initial investment for leads. There are two ways that you can go about it, and I'm about to show you how to easily get in front of a lot of potential buyers without buying leads. First, I'm going to ask that you give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel, you should definitely do that now. And also, if you stick around all the way to the end of this video, I'm going to show you guys how to get a copy of two of the items that I'm going to talk about in this video that you're going to want to use while you're cold door knocking to sell final expense: the Memorial Planning Guide and the Last Will and Testament. The two ways to start out selling final expense without buying leads is to either A, buy a list from a company like List Shack, and you can go to listshack.com to do that. And they have the names and addresses of the people in a specific zip code that you're going to go out and door knock, or just go out there. And that's the second option. You can just go out there and pick a neighborhood and just go door to door, like the cable guy does. The technique that I'm going to teach is a lot more effective if you have a list, because you can actually have the list printed out on an Excel sheet in order of house to house, street to street. So you can literally park your car at the end of each street and just walk up and down the street going house to house with the name, the age, and the address of everyone that you're going to meet right in your hand, in the actual order that you'll be door knocking, which makes your door knocking a lot easier than just going out to a neighborhood and cold door knocking. By using these type of lists, you can even get an age filter on it, so you can target, specific age, men or women, and that way you're tightening up what you're looking for, which is the more sales between the ages of 60 and 75 years old. And again, you can get a list like that. The company that I use is List Shack. In order for you to be super successful at the technique that I am about to share with you, I'm going to assume that you already have your list of names and are ready to go out and door knock. If you go to any final expense direct mail leads vendor's website, the ones that sell the lead cards, they're going to have images of their available lead cards. All you need to do is use your snipping tool to capture an image of one of the lead cards and print it out. And, I would even suggest maybe having that image laminated. That way you can show it to everybody that you door knock. We know that these folks are being mailed different types of direct mail final expense leads all the time. And a lot of these cards are going to look familiar to them. So we know that the prospect has received a bunch of these cards in the past. Statistically, we're all getting them between the ages of 50 and 80 years old. So you'll want to have the sample lead card in your hand with the list that has the prospect's name. You can keep your sales book in maybe a backpack on your back or while you're doing the door knocking, or maybe just leave it in your car down the street, as long as your car is parked kind of close by and it's not too far to go back to. Knock on the prospect's door and say something like, "Hi, Mr. Jones, how are you doing today?" And then he's going to say something like, "What's up? How can I help you?" Well, this is when you show him the laminated direct mail sample lead card and say, "Well, my office sent you one of these cards about the special final expense benefits for people on Social Security, and we're wondering why you didn't send it back to us." Now you have your in, and it's the perfect excuse to speak with him. As long as you're comfortable, confident, clean-cut, and professional, of course. A lot of people are going to say different things. Well, I must have missed it. I already met with someone about this. Oh, I've already got the insurance taken care of. Any of that, and it gives you the opportunity to say, "Well, Mr. Jones, you haven't met with me, and don't worry. It's only going to take a few minutes to figure out what kind of options are available, and I might just be able to do something really good for you and your family. Where can we sit down real quick?" A lot of things can come from this type of opener, even if the client has, plenty of insurance and maybe really isn't that interested. One of the things that you can offer is to give them their free last will and testament kit along with their free memorial planning guide. You see, simply show them how these work and just give it to them. Meanwhile, you let them know that your boss requires you to have them fill out the agent evaluation page, which is how you're going to get referrals. And this is going to prove that you're doing what you're supposed to do, so that your boss is cool with you being out there. And by using this referrals page, you should be able to get some really high quality referrals. Now that you can buy leads, there really is no need to struggle your way through cold door knocking or cold calling. My suggestion to agents without money for leads is to get maybe a part-time job for a while, save some money. The nice thing about having brand new final expense leads on a weekly basis is that you don't have to do the type of cold canvassing that we're talking about in this video. The prospect fills out a lead form, you get the lead form and contact the prospect. Sit down with them, make your final expense sales presentation, and close that sale, dude. Think about it. With 15, let's just say 15 direct mail leads and maybe another 15 or 20 final expense Facebook leads every single week, any business-minded person is in the driver's seat to make at least 7 or 8 sales every single week. And this is how you can actually get yourself on target to get that 6-figure income. Guys, I'm going to ask that if you've gotten something out of this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with somebody. And if you'd like a copy of the Memorial Planning Guide and Last Will Kit that I mentioned in this video, or even the referral sheet, just shoot me an email at doug@ufesonline.com. For information on joining our final expense sales team, which gives you access to all of our lead programs at cost, just shoot me an email at that same address. Remember, guys, when you put the needs of your clients first, everything else will usually fall right into place. Now, get out there and do something good for someone today. Happy hunting.